Hey folks, hope you're doing amazing. I wanted to shoot a quick video for you today because I don't think enough people on social media actually are transparent about their stories, the shit that they go through. And so what I wanted to do today is actually share with you the story of how I built up a 7-figure business, $1 million business, how it crumbled for a couple different reasons, and how my wife, Terri, and I have built it back stronger and better than ever, because I think there's not enough transparency in the online space. There's a lot of people who go through really good seasons and really bad seasons, and they only talk about the really good seasons on social media. And I've always wanted to be someone who frankly could share the hard shit and share the hard times. So that's what this video is all about. And if you have questions, I'd love to answer them down below. But basically, I want to share this experience so that a lot of you don't have to go through the same hard stuff that I went through, that our business went through, and you're able to actually build better businesses the first time because of it. So let me take you back to a little bit of 2020. So 2020 was our first $1 million year in the online coaching space, okay? At this point, Terri was building out a thriving health coaching practice. So she was in the health and wellness space. So she was building her own thing that was thriving, and I was building CCI. And we obviously were always kind of collaborating and helping each other out. It kind of felt like we were like business partners, but even though the businesses were kind of different. And in 2020, we had our first $1 million year. Now, we went from doing 20 grand a month to doing like 120 grand a month in a very short time frame. It was about 5 months, whereas from about like February to I think it was like April or May, where we had this massive spike. I went from basically having just one person on my team, an employee, to having, I think it was like 12 or 15 or something like that. It was crazy. I was basically like hiring a new person every other week. And I learned a lot in that season. And I also realized that I wasn't the leader that I needed to be. Our business grew. We had a ton of clients. Obviously, we made a lot of money, but also I made a lot of expensive mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes as far as like how I paid out to my team. There was one month I remember where we made 120 grand, but I paid out like $80,000 to my team. And I realized that I didn't have my margins correct. I didn't know my numbers very well. And also at that point, I wasn't also mentoring my team very well. And like, I wasn't being the leader that I needed to be. And over the next year, things kind of plateaued. And then they kind of started to crumble a little bit because I hadn't been continuing to work on my skill sets. And this is a critical aspect of it, I think. I think that a lot of people, they'll hit that next level. Maybe the next level for you is $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month. And we lie to ourselves by saying, oh, I can just now like stay here. I am now this person. But the old saying of if you're not growing, you're shrinking could not be more true in this situation, where I stopped feeding myself and growing as a human and growing in my skill sets of leadership, of mentorship, of just understanding what it takes to actually grow a business on the back end. And frankly, that's when the business kind of started to peter out. All of a sudden it was only 80K months. All of a sudden it was only $60,000 months. And in that season as well, we obviously went through a really hard personal season. At that point when the business was kind of like a little bit shaky and things weren't doing very well, my wife Terri, she went through a cancer journey where things were crazy, right? Our personal life was crazy, a lot of doctor appointments. I wanted to be with Terri a lot. And in that season, the business got even smaller. And frankly, this was the rock bottom. This was the rock bottom. Going from where you had helped like so many people get to 10K, 20K months. We even helped clients get to $50,000 a month and 7 figures in their own businesses. But then getting to a place where because I wasn't continuing to grow myself and learn new things and pivot and become the better person, and then also the personal stuff as far as like Terri's health journey, our business went all the way back down to the $10,000 to $20,000 a month range. And that was incredibly hard because guess what? I felt like a failure. I felt like I had failed everyone. I had failed myself. A lot of trauma around like failing my parents, even though my parents, they probably didn't even know about it. Like there was all of this really the guilt, the fear, the doubts. And it got into a really dark spot because I was like, wow, I had my 15 seconds of like success. Now I'm just going to be like an average person for the rest of my life. And I just want to give the most massive kudos to my dear wife, Terri Driedger. I tagged her above. By the way, folks, you should follow her. She puts up some amazing content. In that moment, after her cancer journey, even though she was still tired, she's not back to her health, she basically managed me. She helped pull me out of the basically pit of despair, and she started to lead and help build CCI back. And it was hard work. I mean, going from 120K months all the way down to 10K months, it feels like you're pushing a freaking boulder back up the hill. And guess what? I had to kind of relearn skills because I hadn't continued to keep them up. I had to relearn the content creation, the audience growth, the sales, the delivery, the systems, the operations, all of these things. It took time to relearn because guess what? Because I didn't use them, I lost them. And this is where, I mean, right now, a lot of you know this, that my wife, Terri, she's actually CEO of our entire company because she really shone as far as leading through these hard seasons, of managing well, of having the vision of where we're going. And my vision had gotten so small when we went through that rock bottom moment. And her vision just absolutely captured basically what I wanted. And we started to build this again together. So right now, we are actually with CCI. We're bigger than we ever been before. We're helping more clients. We have better systems. Terri on the CEO and operations side is making sure our business is running like a smooth machine behind the scenes. And that's a lot of the work that people just don't see. And a lot of people see my face or my content, and they don't see all the work that goes on behind the scenes. And I think if I could instill a couple lessons from those years of being in business is, number one, don't get complacent. That's the first thing. Every time you get complacent in life, you think you can maintain, but you're going to shrink. Complacency is like this little bit of poison that just slowly drops into your body and it slowly disables you. And so complacency is the greatest threat to your business. So don't be complacent. Always be thinking about growth, right? It's so important. The second thing that I learned in this season is that you need to continue to work on skills and develop yourself at every stage of business. If you're making $3,000 a month, if you're making $10,000 a month, if you're making $20,000 a month, you need to continue to develop the skill sets for the next stage, okay? And the final thing is hard work and stress is just a part of the game. And I learned that I needed to stop avoiding the hard things, because when I always avoid the hard things, they blow up and they're way harder down the road. If I do the hard thing right there in the moment, you become stronger and it becomes easier down the road. So either you can go for short-term pleasure and long-term pain, or you can go for short-term pain and long-term pleasure. And I learned that in that season. And I mean, there's a lot of other business lessons I learned in this season, but the biggest takeaway is that you need to keep on growing. You cannot be complacent. At the end of the day, business isn't something that's just going to be oh, now I'm doing 20 grand a month. Fantastic. I can just maintain it for the rest of my life. So many people, a couple years into business, like I was, they start to realize that this is a hard thing. There's a reason that most businesses fail. I made a post yesterday. Most people aren't actually ready to work hard and continue to grow themselves for the rest of their lives. And that's why most people won't be successful in business. But I guess I want to talk to the people who maybe think that they are not most people. They are the people who actually want to do this. And so that's a little bit of, I'm going to be sharing more of this in our content and share more of our story. And like I said before, folks, Terri and I are building this business, and it is bigger than ever. It's better than ever. We're getting clients better results than ever. We have our team is locked and loaded. We have, if you don't know, we have 10 people who work for us right now who are just the most amazing individuals. And we're just so excited to build real businesses with real humans in a transparent way, in a genuine way, where we're not sugarcoating the truth. We're showing you that we absolutely care about things, but also we're going to be incredibly tactical and business savvy, because we don't want to pretend to you that business is easy. We don't want to pretend that we're always successful and we've never gone through hard things. We've gone through hard things. We've built 7-figure businesses and they've crumbled. We've built them again even better with better systems, and we've learned the ways to do it. There's so many people. I mean, frankly, there's a lot of friends and competitors in my space that their businesses crumbled similar time that mine did, and they're completely out of business. The only reason that I'm still here is, number one, Terri. Okay, Terri helped get this back together, but also comes back to just the, if you don't quit, you'll probably win mentality. And so what I'm kind of, I guess, sharing with you folks today is, don't quit. Keep going. Don't be complacent. Always be growing yourself, be transparent, and watch as you actually are able to help more people. I guess that's what I wanted to say today. And I'll be sharing more about this and the lessons that we learned. But make sure that you give my wife, Terri, a follow. I put her name above here because she puts up some great content, and a lot of her content comes from those really hard seasons that we had to go through. And I couldn't be more happy to be building the business with her. I couldn't be more happy to be, frankly, just actually helping so many people right now and having such an amazing team. I've had so much gratitude the last couple of days. And I just want to be honest that you're going to go through hard seasons. You're going to go through rock bottom moments. You're going to go through times where you doubt things and you might slip into complacency a little bit. It's going to happen. And you become who you become by either avoiding the hard things or by facing them. And we're all going to die at some day. We're all going to die 40, 50 years from now, whatever it is. So you might as well live the story of being your own hero. You might as well live the story of facing the demons, fighting them. You might as well overcome hard things and have something that you can be proud of. You might as well help other people through your business by getting better at marketing and sales so that you can actually get clients. You might as well. Like, the alternative is just that you avoid the hard things, you don't help people, and you don't have a great story at the end of the day. It's up to you, I guess. But anyways, folks, I got some work to do today. Unlike this cute little fluffy here, it's a beautiful day outside, so I hope you folks have a great rest of your day. And we here at CCI, Terri and myself, we're so freaking excited to support you folks and to help you and to show you the real way to build a business that isn't sugar-coated, but it's also very effective. So have a great rest of your Tuesday, folks. We'll chat with you soon.